Welcome to the Blake Overton Mortgage Team audio series, where we break down the most common questions that home buyers have when it comes to financing their dream home. In these short, easy to understand guides, I'll walk you through the essential information you need when borrowing money to purchase a home. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, selling and moving into another house, or even maybe refinancing, we cover it all. Let's dive into today's topic and make the mortgage process simple and stress-free.
All right, welcome back to Mortgage Made Simple. Today we're going to talk about some great programs that are offered by Iowa Finance Authority. This is down payment assistance for you Iowans out there. These programs are designed to help you reduce your out-of-pocket costs when buying a home. And so whether you're a first-time home buyer, military service member, or even someone that's owned a home before, that program is a great option to reduce those out-of-pocket expenses that you have when you're buying a home. There's a couple great options to this. We're going to dig into those options here as we keep moving along, but we'll break those down and talk about these programs and how they can help you out. So Iowa Finance Authority, we'll call it IFA for short. There's a few different ways that they can help home buyers cover these upfront costs of purchasing a home, like your down payment, your closing costs, and your prepaid items. These programs don't replace your primary mortgage. They work alongside the conventional loan, the VA loan, USDA or FHA loan, whatever your first mortgage is going to be. So it just works alongside of it. It's a subordinate program. And it reduces the amount of cash that you need at closing. So there's two main options that IFA allows or has available. They have a $2,500 grant, and then they also have a 5% loan. Both are entirely different. I'm going to not go over the $2,500 grant a whole lot because, to be honest, that one doesn't get you very far. I've only done that one a very handful amount of times over the years, and the one that really stands out is their 5% loan because you just get more bang for your buck on that program. But real briefly on the $2,500 grant, it's a one-time grant. It doesn't need to be repaid. It can be used to cover down payment, not cover down payment typically, but go towards down payment and or closing costs. But that one is one of their options. But let's focus more specifically today on the 5% loan because that is the program that I see people take advantage of more often than not. And I tell you what, I do a lot of these loans. It's a great loan program. It comes with great rates, and it just really reduces that out-of-pocket expense, especially for first-time home buyers or if you're just limited on the access to funds. On this 5% loan, IFA offers a loan of 5% of the purchase price of the home, which you do have to repay at some point. So it either gets repaid on the sale of your home or on the refinance of your home. It is a 0% interest rate loan though, and it does not have a payment to it. So it just is a lien that's attached to the property that you borrow up front to cover your down payment and closing costs. But let's dig in a little bit deeper and go over what programs they have because it's not just as simple as, hey, here's 5% for your assistance. We're good to go. There is a couple different categories that we need to look at on this. So if you're looking at their website, it can get a little confusing if you don't know what your qualifications are. But let's talk about what's called the FirstHome program that they offer. The FirstHome program is a program for first-time home buyers. So this is if you either are a first-time home buyer or if you have not owned a home in the last 3 years. The FirstHome program gives access to super affordable interest rates and helps with that down payment assistance. You do still need, of course, your primary mortgage, which is going to be the first mortgage on the house, whether that's a conventional loan, VA loan, so veteran loan, FHA loan, or a USDA or rural property loan. IFA just steps in on top of that or in coordination with it, and then it helps cover those upfront costs associated with those loan programs. So whether you take advantage of the $2,500 grant or the 5% loan, it makes the overall process more affordable and it reduces how much you have to have out of pocket on closing day. The key here is that you don't need to come up with a huge down payment in the end. So oftentimes when I'm sitting at the closing table with folks that took advantage of one of these loan programs, oftentimes they actually get a check back, which is super cool. They just bought a house, check slides across the table, they walk out, they can go buy a new couch or whatever it is. Oftentimes they're going to get some money back. And there's some ways that we can talk about even capitalizing on not bringing anything out of pocket, even when the closing costs and prepaid items, down payment, all of that is factored in. It's a fantastic program. They also have what's called Homes for Iowans. So we first talked about the FirstHome program, and then they also have another tier called Homes for Iowans. And Homes for Iowans is going to be designed for someone that's owned a home before within the last 3 years. So you can still take advantage of their down payment assistance with the Homes for Iowans if you've owned a home in the last 3 years. The thing about this one is that what you're going to see is you're typically going to see a little bit higher rates with this program, but it's still a great option. Another reason why some folks will take advantage of the Homes for Iowans is because these programs do have household income requirements. So if you are over, say, the income requirement for the FirstHome program, you can still take advantage of their down payment assistance with Homes for Iowans, but you just might have to take a little bit of a higher rate, meaning your payment's just going to be a little bit higher, but you're still getting that, say, 5% in assistance. Again, a great one. Here's part of IFA that I really love, and this is their veteran program that they offer. It's called the Military Homeownership Assistance Program. So for those of you who are veterans or active duty service members, members of the National Guard or reserves, the Military Homeownership Assistance Program offers just a little bit of an extra boost. This program, this is why I love it. It's sweet. It's $5,000 of a grant that goes towards down payment and closing costs. It's I don't like to use the term free money in the world of loans, but this is free money. This is free money that you don't need to repay. It's a grant. Thank you for your service, veterans. It's a wonderful program that they offer, so you can get $5,000 in grant assistance. And here's the thing with this. You can use this alongside of their 5% assistance. So let's say you piggyback off of the IFA 5% loan and you're getting the $5,000 grant. You're getting $5,000 plus the 5% assistance in a loan, and you can just really maximize your benefits with that. So let's talk about a little bit more in detail about who qualifies for this. So to qualify for this program, there are some income and purchase price limits, but they vary based on where you're buying in Iowa. So it's going to vary by the county. And this is why it's very specific working with your lender on making sure that your lender knows exactly what county you're looking at. If you're bordering a couple different counties, and your income may be right on the border, it's just really important to be looking at that up front, because the last thing that you'd want to happen is to go under contract on the house thinking that you're going to be qualifying for this program, and then ultimately you don't. So they do have income and purchase price limits. And if you're an active veteran or active service member, and you're going to qualify for the $5,000 grant, one of the things to think about on that is, like, you don't actually have to qualify for a VA loan to get that. So they're a little bit different in terms of what IFA is going to look at in terms of qualifications as compared to what the VA may look at for a VA loan. And so all in all, you're still qualifying for your main loan program. Just to recap, whether it's an FHA, a conventional, a VA, or a USDA loan, you're still going to qualify for that one, but then you have additional requirements for the down payment assistance, which primarily just means that they have income limits and they have purchase price limits. But all in all, it's going to meet a majority of buyers that are buying their first home. So whether you're a first-time home buyer, you're a repeat buyer, military service member, IFA can help you make home ownership more affordable between their $2,500 grant or, again, the one I love, the 5% down loan assistance. It can help significantly reduce your out-of-pocket expenses, letting you buy a home with less upfront cost. And to boot, if you're eligible with the $5,000 military grant as well, you're even in a better spot to purchase. If you're in the market to purchase in Iowa, make sure and check out Iowa Finance Authority's programs. It might just be what you need to make home ownership a reality. Thanks for listening to this episode of Mortgage Made Simple. So until next time, we'll catch you later.
Thanks for tuning in to today's guide from the Blako Mortgage team. I hope this short listen helped you answer your questions and gave you the confidence to take the next steps in your home buying journey. If you have more questions or you want to explore your options, feel free to reach out. Stay tuned though for more quick, helpful tips to make the mortgage process easier. So until next time, we'll check you later.